Good morning, 7th, 6th, and possibly 8th graders. I'm going to show you today how to access Google Slides, again, how to install DocHub and Adobe Reader for those of you who do not have that already on your devices. So I have brought up the 7th grade screen since that's the one that had the most questions. And today I had posted a Google slide, and I did that also for 8th grade and 6th grade. You'll probably be getting one. You got one last week with the interactive notebook. So the first thing you need to do before you open, and maybe you can't see it, if you can't see this assignment right here, that means that you need to install Google Slides. So if you're on your device, you just can open a new tab, and then you can just search install Google Slides. And I already have mine, so it's probably not going to let me install it again. But it says right here the directions on how to install Google Slides for an Android and for Apple and any other device. So all you have to do is type it into the Google search engine, and you can figure out how to install on whatever device you're working on. The other thing people were struggling with was DocHub. And I know many of you said that your devices weren't able to access it, especially phones. So I went to the DocHub Help Center, and on here it says that you can install it through your Google Drive. So if you can access Google Drive on your phone, you should be able to also install DocHub. So I will put a link to this site right here, and I will try to find some more helpful sites and put them on to my YouTube channel as well to help those of you that have phones. So the other thing is the PDF Reader. So all I did is go to Google search again and put in how to install PDF Reader. And that's for the DocHub assignments and a lot of my future assignments. So right here, I just can see that the WikiHow tells me how to do it. I could also put how to install PDF Reader, and then I could put onto my Apple TV, Apple Watch, Apple account, Apple phone, whatever you have. And it will show you directions to that. So don't feel like you're trapped. Usually there's a way to do it. As far as a lot of you saying you can't access quizzes because your screen is too small, I'm still working on that, but I will let you know if I find a way to do that. Okay, so going back to the Google Classroom, if you go onto the Google Slides after you've installed Google Slides, if you needed to, and click on the link, then a lot of you are saying you can't move the boxes. Well, you cannot hit the present button. So what you need to do is keep it like this. And as you can see, I'm not hitting present. Hold on one second. All right. And I click through here. And everyone, once you click on that, it gives you your own window, your own thing. So what you're going to need to do is click up here and erase the 1 and put in your last name. So don't put my last name because then that would be very confusing. Put your last name. So Weaver dot and then that. And then it's saved that way. That way when you send it to me, it has your last name so I already know exactly who it belongs to, and I could put that grade in right away. So then I go through the slides, and it tells me right here there's going to be 6 slides. Well, technically you're only doing slides 3 through 6. So 4 total slides that you're doing, and then the exit ticket. So I go to here. Now, if this all looks confusing to you, there's an optional Khan Academy that you can go and just watch the video of how to do this first. If you already understand how to get it or how to do it, then all you're going to do is you're going to go to this screen. And then you're not moving these boxes. Instead, you're clicking right up here and you're going to type the name So Ria, Karsten, Shamika, or Darius, and you're going to type the name of the person, and the directions say that very clearly right here. Record your answers by typing the student's name. So let me highlight that for you. It shows you right here. Record your answers by typing the student's name. Let me see if I can. So right here, record your answers by typing the student's name. So you are not going to be moving any boxes in this situation. Once you have that done, you go to the next slide. Oh, and it will automatically save it. So if I typed in here Ria, which I don't know if this is the right name, so please don't copy that, and then type in the other names here, it'll save it the way you have it. I'm going to erase that just because I don't want you to think that's the actual answer. Okay, go on to slide 4. It says each problem shows a 3D figure and its net. Label the dimensions of the net by dragging. So that means you're going to be moving these boxes here into the white boxes. So you're going to take this and you're going to drag it in here. Now remember, the only way you can do that is if you do not hit the present button. You're on the regular screen. All right, let me move that back. Okay. And so you'll fill in all these boxes. Each one is worth 1 point, so make sure you fill them all in. And then we go on to the next slide. And this one says several statements were made. Sort each letter into the purple box from these purple boxes right here into the true or false. So you're going to read each statement. The surface area of the triangular prism is 252 units squared. If that's a true statement, then you would move A into true, like that. If it's false, you'd move it into false. So wherever you think each of those letters go, you're just dragging it in and it will automatically save. And then we go to slide 6. And again, it says drag the correct answer. So you're just picking which answer goes here and you're dragging it into the box. And that's it. That's all you do. And then on the last slide, it allows you to click on this to go to the exit ticket. Otherwise, the exit ticket is also found right on the assignment page in Google Classroom. Okay, so I think that covers most of it. If you weren't able to access the weekly slide, I'm going to be adding to it, so it might change day to day, but I put Mondays on here. So each grade this is similar for. I have up here in the right-hand corner what day this is representing, and then I have what is due this day down here. And then just a quote of the day that I thought was a good quote. And then if you go to the next page, it shows what standard we're meeting and what your objective is for the week. So what you should be able to do by the end of the week. And then it has all of the different things you're doing each day. So that way you can kind of use it as a checklist to make sure you're getting everything done. And then it has important links here, and I'll add in links that might help you with installing DocHub or Google Slides or PDF Reader, just to help those who are still struggling. And then it's a must-do and a may-do list. And the reason I put that is there's a lot of fun math games, and maybe they're not fun for you, but they're better than sitting through a lesson. And you can click on these and it'll take you to the math games that you are able to play that go along with what you're learning in the lessons. And that's the same for 6th grade and 8th grade. They all have the same thing. So this is the 6th grade. It looks identical, except that your assignments are different. But hopefully this helps some of you, especially those who are struggling on your phones. So if I find any more useful information, I will post another video. And I'm also going to try this week setting up some Zoom calls, and that's like a conference call or maybe Google Meet. And that means that you can see me and I could see you, which I miss your beautiful faces. And then you can ask me questions about any of your assignments or how to access certain things. And we'll have like 6 or 7 of us together just to chat and catch up. So I will try to get that set up before Wednesday and then hopefully get to see all of you before spring break. Any questions, Jupiter message me, Google Classroom message me. I'm going to try to get rid of the Band app because a lot of you can't access it, but hopefully I will talk to you soon. Have a great day and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.